Well, hello everyone. The OntarioGardener here, back with a brand new game to review, Prison Tycoon under new management. I want to give a big thank you to the devs who provided me with a key to play this game for you guys. Now, this game is similar to Prison Architect, but nowhere near Prison Architect. There's no tutorial in the game. You basically start off with these 5 different areas. You have taiga, which is like your basic. It has something to do with air freshness, sunny, weather. Here's a cold climate, hot climate, and dry. Here's a very wet kind of, swampy area. Tropical is nice, but different things cost more money. Like you have to buy in power, you have to buy in water, buy in food, buy in supplies until you can start producing your own. So there's no tutorial. You can do a sandbox mode of this one. Basically where you have everything unlocked and you can just go crazy. These ones here, as far as I know, also have sandbox modes. You can see down here where it's just basically you just build a prison and go crazy. Now, Prison Architect semi has something like that, but not. But this is, we're going to get right into it. This is going to be called Ontario Rehab. Ontario Rehab. That's what it's called. Rehab facility. Because the whole idea is you want to rehab your prisoners. You don't want to kill them, in a sense. Now again, how this differs with prison, it's similar to Prison Architect, where, and you'll see it as we go along here, is you start off here, you have different grants. Now with Prison Architect, I'm gonna refer back to Prison Architect, because I played that a lot, and I will be featuring that on my channel relatively soon. You'll get these little tutorials that pop up, and you can cycle through kind of how to do different things. You can see an overview of how this prison's laid out. And then this is basically where you start. You have your controls down at the bottom, your speeds up in the top right here. You have your grants that are on course. These are the ones, I guess, the ones that you can do like now. There are also grants. Where's the grants at? Under the top left somewhere here. The top left up here is your other menu bar. These are the grants that you get, but some of these, like, these are just the ones that are on course. Like this is number 1, 2, 3, as you see here. Some of these other ones you can go here and you get different money for them. Now, the way Prison Architect works is you got a chunk of money for doing something similar to this. Maybe not like hire one this, but it does give you a bit of money for that. I guess since from the top left you have your prison policy. Even though this is like a weight thing, you think that would be economics, and it's a bit tricky to, like, you can have default messages from prisoners to arrive. You can create your own messages. You have standard schedules. You have early bird, night owl, healthy, unhealthy, and this just basically changes how you have your prison set up. Now, as far as I know, you can't change that, like clicking and changing how you want it done, but that's okay. Here you have your resources that you have to buy in. Here's your economics. These are a bit kind of confusing, a little bit how they're laid out. Different loans, different money, everything that you purchase, there's different costs for what you get, and I don't understand why anybody would not get the most economical one, which would be this one here. But again, maybe as it goes on, there are different, things you get. Here's your staff, here's your prisoners, here's your hiring, which we're just going to skip over that now. And then here is your building. Now, the way you get prisoners is you don't get to choose them. They just come. Every day is basically a month. Down here in the bottom right, it says June 1985, the time. So basically 1 month is 1 day. And it has a temperature down here. Here you can record a custom message if you want. And yeah, and then this is all your building rooms, your staff. This is where it would show prisoners. Like I said, you don't get to choose prisoners. They come every day. You get more prisoners regardless of anything. It's just how it works, which is kind of confusing. Down here are your different overlays: power overlay, guard view, temperature, gardening. Again, very much similar to how Prison Architect work, but a bit different. Now, one thing that I learned with this game is that we can just run. We'll just keep it paused until we build our basic things here. Is you create a building, but you don't build a foundation. You create a building, and the problem is you can't join buildings together. Once you place a building, you have to go and edit it to move the walls. And if there's another wall like opposite side of it that's like a walkway in between, you can't join them. It doesn't work that way. So, but buildings cost money. But the problem is it doesn't tell you. If I start doing this, it doesn't tell me how much this is going to cost. Right? That is the biggest problem. There's no overlay of what it costs. So you basically build it, and like I said here, is you can't actually watch. So, and then you obviously will get clicked on, and then you have to click. This is just all things that are just happening. I'm not even clicking on these. You can obviously go into here under actions and edit this, and you can make this bigger, but you can't join it to anything, which I don't understand why you can't join them together. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, electrical network, fine. Again, with the electrical network, it's a bit weird because it's like there's no tab for water or for power. It just, every building is, you have to click on, or every room or whatever has a power grid to it. As long as you're supplying the room, with one wire, it connects it. Again, I'm going to refer to Prison Architect a lot here, because that one is, you have thick power lines and then you branch off the thin ones. Water's the same way. You have thick water lines, you branch off with thin ones. This is, as of the beginning of the game, it's not set up that way. And then here's all your, when you click on a building or, a room, eventually, is it tells you everything that can go into that room. A lot of this is just generic stuff. Everything has a size to it. Everything has prestige, and that's a cumulative prestige. If you place down this brown sofa, it's 131. If you place down this window, it's 45. And then you can go all the way up to your trash cans are 56. You have a lot of higher dollar things which you can't unlock yet. Here's a stack machine for 56. And then this is just more decoration type stuff. There's a wooden bench, and you could really decorate this. There's a lot of decorating in the game, and not connected to electrical network, which we are connected to the network. This is just a log of what's happening. So good condition, not connected, is connected again, back in good condition. And that's basically how the rooms work. You click on this, it says connected. No energy required because there's no energy. If you need resources, you have to then, again, like I said, you have to buy it, which is going to be under here. You buy power, you buy water, you buy food, you buy medicine. Now, as time goes on, you can create your own food and water and stuff like that, but in the beginning, it's not worth it. So what I want to do here is, that cost me, I'm not sure what that actually cost, but I want to make this a bigger room. So what we'll end up doing is actually, no, we can leave this as is. Leave this room as is, and that's fine. So what we got to do is then go into, again, the tabs are a bit kind of, these are all F keys, F1, F2. So create building, okay? So essential rooms are rooms you need to make a prison. Therapy rooms, staff rooms, leisure rooms, etc., etc., etc. There's climatization, where you add heat and add fans. It's a bit kind of, there's only a couple options, which isn't very good in my opinion, but again, it's fine. You can't put pathways inside buildings, as far as I know. You click on indoor and it gives you what you can place indoor, but there's no you can't put pathways unless it's just stuff you have to unlock. But to me, everything that you need to unlock, it tells you what you need to unlock certain rooms. It'd be nice if these rooms would all just be in a list, but I get why they aren't. So essential rooms, you need to have some cells, you need to have an isolation block, which we don't have as of yet, a shower room, a dining room, where they go and get their meals. You have an infirmary, and you have a restroom. So this is when people come, because every cell has a toilet. So what we'll do is, let's just put a whole bunch. This will be our cell area. So the way you do this is, you can make them as big as you want, but they have to be, the maximum size they can be is 4x8. And that's just for one cell. Like, that's a huge, like, this is a 4x8, why is, I'm not sure why it lets me, it has to be at least, 4x8, which is this. It's for each square, I guess, represents a meter, probably, despite everything being in imperial as far as temperature and values of things. But typically games like this, they're by, in meters, because it wouldn't be an 8, well, I guess it could be 8 feet, right? 8 feet by 4 feet. What size of that door would be? 2 feet? There's only be a 2-foot door. No, that's definitely not. Gotta be meters. But anyway, it doesn't matter. You do this, and then it automatically gives you things that you need to put into the room, like a cell or a door. You have your bed. You have your bed here, and it has footprints in front of it, right? And that obviously shows where you can't have it facing the wall. It won't work. And there you go. That's the room, and you have to connect it up to the power grid in some. I'm going to do it like this, and you'll see why in a second. Okay. So, the way you can clone rooms, basically you go into this and you go into actions and you hit clone, and if you shift click, you can place multiple. So each one's costing me $3.39. So let's just fill this up. Can we better squeeze another one in there? Yeah. And your grids are all in grids of four, like a 4x4 grid. So when things are snapping, you snap to that grid. This one's obviously hooked up to power. And what you do is you click on it, and then you go to energy, and then you go to network, and then here you just basically have to drag this down to that, and now it's connected. Pretty simple. Again, certain things it doesn't tell you. It tells you what they cost up front, but when you're building, you don't place walls, so to speak. You place rooms. So this is our cell area, which is fine. Let's go back into essential rooms. Let's get a nice shower room going in here. And over here, it'll give you little pop-ups about maybe do this, maybe do that. But we don't need a toilet room, so to speak. But it will be helpful because, again, it gives you prestige. And prestige is up here, and it tells you basically your prestige is your level. We need to get 7,000 prestige. So anything you put in there, if you put in a restroom, it's going to give you prestige. I don't know if that's per tile. It just says prestige. It has the minimum size and the cost to build. I'm assuming it's the minimum size. Again, it's a bit kind of weird. Like, why does it cost this amount? Like, you should be able to put walls down, but I mean, I understand it's more of a sim game than a again, not like Prison Architect. You can rotate the camera by Q and E, by the way. Right click just moves everything. Middle mouse click obviously turns as well or zooms in, and left click is the one that places things. So what we'll do is we're going to put a shower room in maybe down here. Nice shower room. And then again, everything has doors to it. And then these are separate showers. So let's just line them up along the back. And when you're in your initial one, you can't actually copy paste. Like, you have to click on it again, and then you're gonna go to will not even let me do that. Okay, so because you can't actually do that, you actually have to go into here, and then you have to go into, actually you click this, and then you have to go. So I could place this one by itself. And then you have to go and then click on it, and then you can shift click. Oops, I didn't want that one there. But if you make a mistake, you click on it and you can just drag and move it, which is kind of good. And then again, you still have to go back into this way and grab some more. And as you level up and get your prestige up, that should fit there. We go. That's how many showers? That's 6. Let's turn the camera around. And then these all cost money, of course. So let's see, put one there, and then we put one down. And the camera's a bit finicky here and there. That should be good. That is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4. It's 8 showers, and that should be plenty because we actually have 8 cells. So that should work out fine. Again, they're not using the showers all at the same time. And then again, when you're inside of a room, this is the, showers one room, I guess. These are all things you can put in those rooms that add prestige. Most of these things are obviously locked. We could put a window to the outside, except I don't think it's actually going to let us put a window to the outside. It won't let us put it because you see how you can't put it on these you can only put it in certain areas, which I don't really get. We can add these windows for everything because it adds prestige to your prison. And there we go. If we hover over our prestige now, we're going to be a lot closer. We're at 5,000 compared to 3,000 because a simple window gives you 45 prestige. And there's obviously everything has maintenance. Do prison cells need to have windows? No. Could they escape through that? I guess, but I don't think so. But everything's all in this grid, right? So you see how the grid is snapping? Even though we're outside here, like I can't. It's just like. It snaps to a certain grid inside, but once you're inside, it's a bit kind of like you can't. It says to rotate, you click on your right mouse button, but it doesn't do that. Like it doesn't. I guess if you're in the corner, you can do it. Even that, it doesn't work. So I don't really. Again, some of the controls are a bit funky, but again, you can't. As far as I know, at least I haven't gotten that part. You can't put things in here as far as walkways. Like there's an area here that says indoor. You'd think there'd be paths here, but there are no paths here. We could put a couple trash cans in here, I guess, because we may need some trash cans as time goes on. We can put one in there, and that's basically all we can put in there. Again, if you're still curious about what you have going on, you can go into your grants. We did these ones already. We got money for them. You're like, okay, well, what can we do? We can buy food. We can buy entertainment. We can buy medical supplies, which you don't actually need yet. These are all, again, just bonus coins. And there usually says hire 1 guard, place 3 trash cans. Like, it's a pretty basic thing. So if we go into here and we go into indoor and we go to trash can, again, we placed 1. If we put another one here, 2, and let's just put another one down here, 3, we're going to get that grant, and that was $2,000. So again, it's You just follow the grants, how the grants go, and that's how that kind of works. So we have our shower in, we have our cells in here. And let's see, we have to now increase the prison population, build one divine therapy. I'm not sure what that word's supposed to be. DIVA and divine therapy room, and one rehab specialist. So this is our cell area, and you can expand out to here. Everything is 10,000 the first one, the second one's 15. I'm assuming the third one's going to be 30, even though it doesn't tell you here. It's just when you click on one, and you can expand pretty far out. I'd imagine you can go all the way out here. Like, you have to do it in order, obviously, but there you go. So that's that part. Now, can we put some pathing in here? Pavement and paths. So these are 31 coins. Concrete pavement, prestige of 6. This is a prestige of 7, despite it costing less, which is weird. But here, these are exact tiles. So you're actually putting less in, and there you go. Something like that, I think, would be fine. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is we have to do the the therapy room. But here, now let me show you something here that I don't like. So you can't click on this and make this a room next to this one. I don't get why you can't do that. I don't understand why you can't, but you can't do that, and it's kind of annoying. You can't even do something like it just doesn't let you snap to the same wall. I don't understand why you just can't, and I don't like it, to be honest with you. But we're gonna build. You don't have any there. So your room, basically your room minimum room size, I guess, is 16 by 24. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build one big room here, I think. But again, look at our coin at the top. It's going to cost us 3,000 coins. Now, if you go into here and you hover over create building, it doesn't say anything about cost. And it doesn't tell you anything about cost. We don't have any doors, so we obviously have to put a door in here. We can put the door. Let's put the door here, I guess. And then maybe we can put some more pathways. Not that way. You can't, of course. So pavements and pathways. Let's do this. And you click and you drag like that, as you would expect. Again, this is more of a kind of cutesy game. Okay, so now we have to build. We have no power, so we click on this. We go to energy. We go into our network, please, and we just gonna connect it. I'm just gonna drag it all the way up like this, and I'm gonna drag it across, and I'm gonna drag it all the way down, just so that can maybe cover any other rooms we're gonna put in there. So there's that. Now what it wants us to put in, we can actually start the game up, by the way. It wants us to build a therapy room. Divian therapy. The most basic of therapies treats all types of disorders equally, but is not very effective in treating any particular disorder. So the requirement is 4 power per hour. So patients, the requirement is having a staff to it, or prisoners to it, for it to work, and it costs 4 power per hour. The build is 2,500. Now again, this is where it gets a bit weird, because it's like you can make it. Well, how big can you? You can make it 8 by 16, which we're actually going to make it, I think, 8 by 16 because it makes sense to do that. And the costs, actually put this right here, and then you have to start with your desk. And again, you can move all these things, eventually, and then you have to start with one bed. So we're going to place the bed there, and there we go. So we hit prestige level 2, unlock the gym, library, art therapy, reading therapy, and these are the different therapies that you can assign depending on what the prisoner's needs are. Because the prison, basically, it's about rehabilitating them and putting them back into the world. Here's binge watch therapy. All these are just crazy therapies. Dance therapy. But for now, we'll just do the basic therapy. Prison expansion. Okay, got it. Thank you. So we don't have anybody. Actually, let's just keep it paused for a second. We can put all these things. We're going to put a couple more beds in here, and they take up so much space for some reason. I don't really understand why they do, but they do. We're gonna load it up with beds. That way 4 people can be here at one time. We do need staff, so it's going to staff, but you don't hire staff this way. You go into this one here, the hire staff, even though this is staff button, but whatever. Therapist, and it gives you different. This is the speed of the recovery, how much it costs per month, which is basically per day. Every day is 1 month. So you have recovery of 1. This is 1.2 for a little bit more money. This is 0.8, 0.8, 0.9. This is a lot cheaper for 0.9. This actually is pretty good here. But, I mean, you want someone like one of these two. So I think we're going to go with Inez. And so you click on them, and then you drop people in these games. You pick them and you drop them where they go.
All right.
And that's their, you can change the language, by the way. They're in English here. There you go. So we could add a couple windows. We could add a filing cabinet. I mean, does it do anything to the game? Does it change anything? No, but it's just things that you can purchase. They put in some windows. I mean, it does let light in, of course, which is always a good thing. Put some windows here, I guess. There you go. It just like magically puts the support beams out of the way, which is kind of weird. Okay, so we can start the game up. Increase the population to rehab 1 prisoner. Okay, so right now we're just kind of waiting around for people, and here they come. Customers come. Yeah, I keep saying customers, but prisoners come every day. It tells you here every day you can receive new prisoners who arrive. New arrivals stay at the entrance until you assign them a prison cell. Once assigned to a cell, you receive a daily sum of money for each prisoner. In addition, your rehabilitate all the prisoner disorders you will see. So each one has different disorders. Again, that's where the different therapies come into play, and then you can rehabilitate them to get money from them. So we should get 2 prisoners, or 1 prisoner only. Okay. It tells you here, we have 2. And the top here, what you have, 2 inmates. We have 1 staff, and we have 2 that are waiting to go someplace. But what we should do first is we should probably hire a guard. Again, the guards, you want to have one like this. This is really expensive though for two prestiges. The radius is more, but it's not worth. Like you could hire 2 of them. Consuela, Luz, how old is Consuela? That's just gonna do a little bit of that action.
Hello.
And I want to hire Karen. No, Karen's too expensive. Let's hire a guard for over here.
Hello.
And then as far as other staff we need to do is we need to have a maintenance person. And the maintenance can be cheaper. This is $400 a month. I mean, the radius are like, this is a little bit more. Let's do Yesem. Plop you down, my friend. And they'll just do random things. And then I don't think we need a gardener yet. We don't need a kitchen staff because we don't even have a kitchen. Therapist we have, gardener, kitchen, medic. We don't have any of that stuff yet. So let's just what you gotta do is you click on the person. They come in. You hit it automatically assigns them to something. Unless you can't choose where they go. It just you can unassign, but it automatically puts them somewhere. Cell block 1, divine therapy. That's the therapy. Their disorder is liar disorder. So right now all we have is divine. I can't say divine, but it's divine therapy. You hit accept. You click on the new person down here. You hit accept. Their disorder is anger. So obviously you wouldn't use the same one. Parole's in 8 months. Sentence is 8 months. Their parole. Oh, can I click on this one? Their parole is what? No, it doesn't tell me because I clicked on it now, doesn't it? So down here it has their evaluation, months in prison, blah, blah. They have 5 months left. Okay, cool. Then you hit that, and then your guard will come right here, and the guard will take your prisoners and escort. Oh, because you got to go through like the metal detector. It will escort them to where you go. There you go. Again, even though you put pathing down, they just ignore the paths for some reason. They're going to go to their cells, and there they go. And they're ready for some therapy sessions, I think. And the therapy doctor is ready to go. So now it's like, okay, rehab 1, that's going to take a bit of time. Build 1 restroom, build 1 dining room. Now, these are going to be more common spaces down here. So, it's like, okay, dining room, okay, cool. So what does a dining room entail? Let's see, essential rooms is a dining room. Dining room, place for inmates to eat their meals. Requirements, 9 power per hour. Prestige building is size 12 by 12. So do we want to put that there? A restroom is people come here to make important decisions while tending to certain pressing needs, which is funny. So restrooms we don't actually have to put in the prison. They should. I don't think prisoners use because they have their own toilet, right? So it's kind of a weird thing where it's like cleanse themselves, the bad smells, take care of their personal hygiene. Okay, cool. But so the dining. Let's put a little dining room in here. I think that'll be good enough for now. Again, you can zoom right in if you really want to by hitting the page up or page down buttons. So I think what we'll do is let's just put, again, you can't put rooms. Can we do this? Can we make it that size or not? What size do we have to have as a kitchen? We have to have it to be 12 by 12, so we actually can't even put it into this room, can we? Because it won't let us put it in that, even though that's 144, whatever it is. So that obviously won't go there, so we'll have to put the kitchen over here. So we'll have to do it like that, which I really don't like doing, but what are you going to do? It's kind of weird how you have it set up. There aren't like zones or anything. This is where they're going to get their food. And then here's a table, and these are the carts, I guess. I'm not sure why there's more, because there's some over here. So if we want to go in here, it just tells you what the dining hall is here. And then let's click on another table. I think that's good there. And we can put some windows for outside. Prestige is 90, prestige is 45. Put one window here. I think that's sufficient. Actually, no, let's put in another window over here. There we go. Actually put another window here. Again, you can't put one in between these two tiles, which is kind of annoying. Like, you have to, these are every 4 tiles. Like, they go in the middle of a tile, the middle of a grid, which again I don't like, but is what it is. Okay. Build 1 restroom, 1 staff room. Okay, so staff room is going to be over here. Now the question is let's just slow it down a little bit. As far as I know, you can't like put walls across. You can't just like wall this part in, right? Like, security is cameras and lights and blah blah blah, and that's fine. But there's no like, you can't wall anything off, which is annoying. Essential rooms is, we want to make a restroom, which is going to go here. And again, there you go. We can make it. Let's make it that size. And you can they all have these big prison doors for some reason. Put this one here. Again, you can't shift click on it. You have to do it this way. Let's just do it like, let's put 4 in there. Nope, can I not put that one there? Come on. There. All right, cool. That's that. Now the restroom doesn't need, obviously, need a window. We have paintings, toilet troubles poster. I mean, it's just adds your prestige, and that's how you kind of like level up in the game in a sense. Prestige right now is at 11,400. We need to go to 17,000. And again, you just put things in here like a trash can. Here's some potted plants. It's all about making, I guess, when the prisoners go into this room, it has what their prestige is, which right now prestige is 420. So if we put in, let's see, a wall plant, maybe we'll put it on this wall over here, a couple of these. All right, now our prestige should be more than 420. Our prestige is at, oh, wait a minute. Did that not add prestige to the building? What? Oh, I know why. It doesn't. I thought it would actually add it to this. This is a different icon then. I think this is labeled 420 because we should have more prestige than what it's showing. Huh. That's weird, because why did the prestige not go up? Because we put a bunch of things in it. It doesn't matter. All good. See, the thing is, the prisoners are using this, and I don't know why they're using this, honestly. Like, they shouldn't be using this. I don't really get it, but all you're gonna do. Okay, staff room. We have to build a staff room now. Again, it's like the prisoner area should be the prisoner area, the staff area should be the staff area, but you can't butt walls up against each other. Again, very kind of frustrating. So in here, let's go to build the staff room, which is not here. Staff room is going to be here, which needs to be 8 by 8. We can actually tuck that back in here. So again, you can either put the door here or here. You can't place it wherever you want. It's just kind of, I don't like that. If I want to place it in the middle of it, I should be able to place it in the middle of it. But anyway, all right, we're going to put that in. The little end table on it, and then we have the TV, which we'll put kind of here. And there's your staff room. And yeah, so it says we have 800 to the room. Maybe the room itself is only 500, but the things in it are 131. That's 187. It's like 300 plus that is 800 or something, but it doesn't actually tell you that. We're getting close. Okay, there's a staff room. We can put a window in the staff room, I guess. I mean, one thing that is nice is you can kind of click on things like this, and you can just, again, that's so annoying, is that you can, when you click on a room, it tells you what you can put in that room. This is a bathroom sink. We can actually put maybe 2 of those here. That might help out, prestige a little bit. All right, cool. We're moving along. We should put a trash can in here. And then what else can go in the staff room? I guess the same thing. Clocks. Okay, cool. Now, we're moving right along here. Let's fast forward a bit more. You'll need to do an infirmary. So the infirmary, I think we can maybe tuck over in this area over here. All right, therapy rooms. No, we want to go to essential rooms, which is going to be an infirmary. And infirmaries have to be can be 8 by 8. So we could probably tuck that. See, if you do that, you kind of go on top of this door, so it doesn't allow you to really do that. But we can put the infirmary here and put the door here, and then here's going to be like the check-in desk. And then we have a hospital bed here. And there you go. So if you click on this, you can actually add another bed in, which you might as well do that. And then in here, we obviously have to get staff. We have no, they whistle when they tell you need something, which is annoying. We know we need something. So medic production is, this one's actually a pretty good one here, I think. 1.2 for $700. That's pretty good. Let's is it Tamara or someone? Oh, yes. There you go. Cool. Now in the top left here, where it has these little like plus numbers here, these are new things now that you've access to, or new things in the game. Like right now, these are our 2 new prisoners. Once you click off, it goes away. Actually, do I have to click on them? So their disorder is doesn't say that way now, does it? Their disorder is anger disorder. So their therapy is what? So if we go into the therapy rooms, what would help with anger? So this has art with treating. So you want one that's anger. So this one's reading therapy. So if we put a reading therapy room in, maybe that'll help out our friend. We do it like that. I don't like that. Okay, we'll do a reading therapy room. So again, it's everyone needs like a. You need to have a staff hired for every room that you have. You have to have some sort of staff, and we're going to do the cheapest one here, which I guess is this one, because they don't. It's just reading therapy. It's not a big deal, and there you go. And we're going to put another one in here because this adds for anger therapy. We can put one over here, and it's just therapy that they can help with, right? We can put in, what is this? This is a book trolley. It's all things about adding prestige. We add some bookcases. Add a couple bookcases, maybe here. I mean, they're not the cheapest thing in the world, but they do add prestige, which will obviously help us get. We're getting really close to our next goal too, by the way. All right, it is almost nighttime or daytime. Well, yeah, nighttime, I guess. So the maintenance guy is walking around. The food's costing. See, it's costing everything's. Why this is costing power? I don't know. I guess because it's cooled. The top right, it has what we need. So buy 1,000 power, buy 100 water. So we can do that by going right into here. Buy 1,000 power. Now again, this is the most economical one, I think, right here. Actually, this is the most. No, this one. Most economical is this one. And we're gonna buy some water again. Most economical. So this is 150, 2,000, 3,000 for 250. This is end of our month. It just pops up like this. It doesn't tell you anything. It just pops up. Supplies consumed, obtained, blah, blah, blah. This is here's money spent, 97,000. Money earned, 57,000. So we actually lost a bunch. We have no escape. We have no fights, new sentences. Because it's the first day or the first month, I guess. Construction buildings, built rooms, purchase objects. There you go. So I think this is a good actually place to stop, guys, for a bit of a first look. I'm going to keep on playing. This is a fun little game. Again, it's not Prison Architect at all. That one is a lot more free to place different tiles and different walls and electrical and plumbing and HVAC and all those other cool things. This game isn't set up like that. This is more of like similar like a 2-point campus, 2-point hospital vibes. But it is enjoyable. I mean, play through it a bit before you want to have like quote a successful. I played a couple times and I lost all my money by like the 3rd month. I was just in debt. Because I bought too many things and I didn't do enough grants. So like go to the grants, check them out, do the easy ones. If it's like buy 3 bins that cost 600 in total and you get 2,000, well, that's a no-brainer. Super easy, just place them. Prestige is what you use to unlock new things, so keep that in mind as you're playing as well. Use the deck. You could decorate their cells. It would make the people happy, make them rehab. The whole idea is to rehab people. But every month, or every day, basically, every day is a month, you will get new prisoners. So you have to make sure you're set up for them. So in the beginning, it's like, lay out where you're going to have your cells, lay out your bathrooms. You don't have to put them all in there, but make sure you have it laid out where they're going to be, enough tables, infirmaries. And then again, in the top right there, just kind of follow the grant suggestions in a sense, and you'll be fine. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, leave me a comment. What was your favorite part? Does this seem interesting for you? I'll do a couple more episodes of this for sure. It's kind of a fun game. We'll see kind of where we get to. And yeah, guys, if you're enjoying the videos on my channel, hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care now.